Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. We're going to start in the middle back of your mat in a comfortable seated position. And how we're going to begin today's practice is really just getting the body warmed up, feeling good. So I want you to take those hands onto your knees and just start to close your eyes and invite just about any move in the body feels good too. So you can start to shimmy those shoulders, roll them out. You can start to take the body for circles, releasing out the neck space. And just really free flow for about a good minute here. As you progress through your body, there's no right or wrong way in how you move. It's all about allowing yourself to find the freedom of movement through the breath. Very gently, just start to find your way back towards the center. Go ahead and let the back of your hands rest onto your knees. Let the palms face up. A great way to receive energy and open yourself up tonight. You could just drop your chin down to your chest, closing your eyes. Find your breath. Very gently start to lift your head up. Keeping your eyes closed, we're going to take our cleansing breaths together. So, a cleansing breath is when we take a deep inhale through our nose, and when we exhale, we open our mouth with a ha sound, letting go of our mind, our thoughts, letting go of anything in our life that doesn't serve us on tonight's mat. So, we're going to do those breaths together. You want to empty that last exhale you have. Now take a deep breath in and just exhale. Taking another deep breath in and then exhale. Last one. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. Hands into prayer. And very gently open your eyes, softly gaze before you. In tonight's practice, we're going to celebrate your lower back. It does so much to support our everyday lives. We're going to nourish it, give it love, really start to ease into the low back to release lower back pain and just provide a new circulation and rejuvenation. So we're going to start our practice today on our hands and knees, continuing to invite movement. I'm going to ask you to place your hands underneath the shoulders. I'm going to do a side view. And then your knees are right underneath that hip joint. From here, I want you to tuck your toes in just to really feel the ground below you. And once you start to settle in, I want you to look down between your hands. Start to feel the strength of your body grounding onto your mat. And as you breathe in, we're going to start to open our chest forward, lifting our tailbone up to slightly compress the low back. And then when you breathe out, you're going to start to drop the chin down to your chest to round into your spine. Deepen into your breath here. Inhale, flow your heart space forward. Exhale, slow, slow. Start to round into your back. Feel that tailbone curl in towards your pelvic bone. And then take another set. Inhale, float your chest and chin forward. Exhale, release well. You can close your eyes during this process. Coming in and out of your cat and cow pose for about a good minute to 2 minutes here. And as you continue to flow into your body, begin to add discovery and explore your body movement. You can start to add in to your cat and cow with head movements, circle rolls, perhaps full spinal rolls here, and just circular movements, whatever might feel good, adding into the hips and shoulders. And again, there's no right and wrong way in how you move into your body on all fours. The more dynamic the movement, you'll start to find yourself unlocking spaces within your body, observing the state of your mind, state of the physical body. Good. All right. Let's come back on to that tabletop pose. And I'm going to ask you to untuck your toes. You're going to sit the hips back down towards the heels and just begin to walk your hands forward. Coming into that child's pose, draping the forehead down towards the mat. And just close your eyes. Allow the thoughts of your mind to release. Allow your body to surrender forward and towards this earth. And gently release. Start to walk your hands in. Coming back onto your hands and knees tonight. We're going to add into your low back and add into our first twist. So I want you to lift that left arm up towards the sky. Look up towards the left hand. Hold it here. Then as you exhale, very slowly thread the left arm completely through that right arm. You're going to lower the left shoulder down towards the mat. Let the left ear come down towards the floor. And this is our thread the needle pose. Notice how my right hand is still on the mat. I'm starting to rotate my elbows up at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to very gently press in towards my right fingertips to roll my body towards the left, feeling that twist coming into my low back. And simultaneously, I can feel my right shoulder rolling back towards the ceiling. Your option 1 is to stay here. Option 2, you're going to rise the right hand up towards the sky. Option 3, bring the back of your right hand to your low back. You're going to close your eyes. We're here for about 2 minutes. Our first yin pose. Thread the needle to nourish your low back. Continue to focus on the sound of your breath here. The sound of your inhale and the sound of your exhale. At this point, you can start to gently release the right hand. Bring it back on towards the mat. And very slowly start to come back onto your hands and knees, guiding the hands back underneath your shoulder joints. And I want you to start to round into your spine, dropping your chin down towards the chest. And let's take a few cat and cows here at your own pace. Okay, let's come back for that tabletop flat back. Working on to that other side, curling those toes in. We're going to take your right arm up. Hold it here for a moment just to feel expansion across your chest space. And then as you exhale, let's take the right arm through the left arm, coming down to the right ear and your right shoulder. And at this point, keep the left hand down onto the mat. Start to rotate that left elbow up at a 90-degree angle. And just very gently, so you can adjust your knees right underneath the hip joints. Create the space for your belly to twist. We're going to start to press into that left hand, so you can roll your left shoulder back. Feel the twist coming into your lower back space. And if that feels good, you can stay here. If you like to go deeper, you can go ahead and rise that left hand up towards the sky. Or you can come into a half bind with the back of your left hand to your low back. Beautiful. Go ahead and close your eyes. Really turn into your breath tonight. Let go of the past. Let go of what's to come. And find ease in every moment that you're in. By finding life in every breath you take. Have about 2 more breaths here. Very gently start to guide the left hand back onto the mat. And we're going to start to rise up, finding our hands and knees tabletop pose. Once again, we are rounding into your back to release. Chin curled in towards the chest to relax the back of your neck. And let's cat and cow, lift your heart space forward, tailbone up. And very slowly release back. Repeat this motion for a few more times, encouraging compression and release through movement. Hi. You're going to start to untuck your toes, taking into your second child's pose. As you drop your hips down, wanting to bring your hands towards your feet, go ahead and let the shoulder caps, your arms wrap around your knees and thighs. And rest your forehead down towards the mat to soften out those shoulders. Take a calming, deep breath in. And take a calming deep breath out. Okay. Start to walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Really begin to activate into your arms, lifting the elbows up. You can pike up onto the fingertips. Start to very gently feel yourself pushing your energy back towards the hips without losing that engagement. Go ahead and walk the fingertips slightly forward. Continue to elongate through the spine. Okay, let's go a little deeper here. We're going to walk your hands all the way over to the left. This feels good. You can continue to walk that right hand over to your left hand. And just rest your head between your upper arms. One of the hardest things we do for ourselves is to give silence of the mind. Instead of running away from silence, embrace the silence provided to turn your attention inward, to observe your current state of mind. Like footsteps walking into your mind, you're going to start to guide your hands step by step, moving your body weight over to the right side. And just exhale, allow your head to roll back down between your arms. Find your breath. Surrender to the silence of time. Just walk your hands back towards the center. Guide your hands closer to your body. And come back onto your hands and knees. finding your gaze right between your hands, looking down onto the mat. Now, this next posture really surrenders your heart space towards the earth, our puppy dog pose. So take a moment here just to observe your knee space as it relates to your hip space. Make sure your knee joints are underneath your hip joints. Your toes are going to be tucked in, adding in a stronger grip into your mat. And without moving your lower body, go ahead and start to guide your hands forward, remaining your hands at shoulder width. And from here, you're going to keep your elbows up. Continue to tuck your toes in. Start to feel yourself shifting your body weight back towards the hips. Check in with your alignment. If you need to move your knees back underneath the hip space, by all means, start to adjust. And then very slowly, still keeping the elbows up, start to work your forehead down towards the mat first. You can take that moment while your elbows are still up. Keep pushing the heels of your hands away from the floor. Feel your energy really extending all the way back through the upper arms, all the way pushing back towards the hips. Completely elongating your spinal space. Once you find that, you can let the arms softly just surrender towards the mat. Keeping the forehead to the floor. Or you can lift onto your chin to create space, or your chest to press down towards the floor, deeply, deeply compressing into the low back here. The puppy dog allows you to lengthen your low back, then compress into that space. But as you start to find yourself creating a deeper back bend here, really draw engagement to the front side of your core. Feel yourself drawing that belly in towards the navel. This way, you're supporting that lower back. 3 more breaths. Beautiful. Go ahead and start to lift your head up. I want you to bring it down to the forearms, stacking your elbows underneath the shoulders. And just round into your back. Drop your chin to your chest. Soft release to counteract our back bend. And then you're going to go ahead and slide your chest forward, drop onto your belly. You're coming down onto the mat, adjusting your feet as you need to. Adjusting your legs at hip width. Your hands and arms at shoulder width. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders, palms down. Our Sphinx pose. I want you to gently lift your gaze up. You can softly gaze before you or slightly up towards the sky. Or close your eyes. So every posture in the sequence tonight is designed to release lower back pain. So while you're here, lend to your breath. Continue to breathe in towards the belly space. Perhaps you can locate that pelvic bone. And so you can push that pelvic bone a little more towards the mat. You can feel a slight deeper compression to your lower spine. The very purpose that we're in these postures, especially the compressions that we're doing right now for durations of 2 minutes, upwards of 3 minutes, is because when we compress, we restrict blood flow into that space. So in this circumstance, we're restricting blood flow to our lower back. And when we do find ourselves completely releasing down for a neutral spine, you'll feel tingling sensations through that space as circulation flows back in, rejuvenating your spinal space, your lower back muscles, the soft tissues. Okay. Let's go ahead and start to find ourselves really coming down to release. You're going to lower your chest down. And go ahead and just let the elbows waver out to the side. You can turn your head over to the left. It also helps if you let the toes roll out and let the heels roll out and the toes roll in, just to ease and open out the lower back. Good. Bring your chin back towards the center. I'm going to have you walk your hands all the way towards the top of your mat. And from here, I want you to come into banana pose. So banana pose, you're going to walk your hands all the way to the right. You can start to feel that nice, beautiful length you're creating through the left side of your body here. Continue to walk your upper body to the right. My pelvic bone does not move. I'm going to bring my left hand over my right hand at this point. And if you want to create a pillow for your head, you can go ahead and bring that left hand to the right elbow and just lower your head down. If you want to go a little deeper, you could perhaps walk your legs all the way to the right as well, using one foot to hook onto the other. So it looks like your body is like a banana here. In such a restorative yin posture that you can stay in. Just going to close your eyes. 2 minutes of complete silence. Okay. Start to walk your legs back to the center. And then start to make your way with the arms back to the center as well. Stretching from fingertip all the way to the toes to neutralize your spine. Let's go ahead and work on to the other side. You're going to start to walk your hands all the way to the left. Just take your time here, keeping the pelvic bone where it is. Keep walking your hands all the way to the left until you can find that juicy, yummy elongation and stretch to the right side of the body. You can keep your arms straight if you like. You can create a pillow, bring forearms in if you like here as well. If that feels good, you can continue to deepen into that banana pose, starting to walk your legs all the way over to the left, keeping your pelvic bone where it is. And just hook one foot over the other. Bring your gaze down. And just take your time to really ease into this pose here. Continue to take your deep breaths. Bring your awareness to the quality of your breath. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring our legs back to the center. Go ahead and walk your arms back towards the center. And this time, I want you to bring your arms next to your hips. Turn your head over to the right. Let the toes roll in, heels roll out. Just close your eyes. You bring your legs a little wider at this point. You're going to bend into your knees. So you have space to start to windshield wipe your feet and knees side to side. Just loosen up that low back. And just once that feels good, bring the legs back together, drop the feet down. And you're gonna reach your hands forward. At this point, you're reaching your hands all the way forward. I want you to just lift your chest slightly up like I am. And we're gonna come into seal pose. Another deep compression here. You're gonna start to walk your hands a little closer towards your body, eventually peeling your upper belly off the mat. Continue to lift a little higher, finding a point in which you're comfortable with the compression of your low back. And the higher you lift, notice how I'm not just draping my belly to the floor, I'm continuously drawing that belly in towards my navel, keeping my arms straight. I'm going to slightly look forward or gaze up. We're going to hold it here for a solid 1 minute. Just pass the time by with those deep, slow breaths. Mm. Good. You're going to gently start to lower your body down, coming back to where we started, rolling the arms back towards the hips, toes rolling in, heels rolling out. And this time, turn your head over to the left. Bring your chin back onto your mat. Place your hands next towards your chest, hugging your elbows next to your body. And just a very gentle baby cobra, you're going to roll your upper body up, coming onto your knees, rolling back in towards your tabletop. I want you to take 1 minute of free movement on all fours. Start to roll the hip space, head space, spinal space, whatever feels good. Okay. Very slowly, you're going to start to ease your way back for a child's pose one last time, with the option of taking your knees a little wider to add into the hips, creating deeper space and opening for you to drop that belly on towards the mat. You can choose to extend your arms forward, or in my case, I really love to take a cactus arm Maybe drawing my head to one side. And then slowly turning your head over to the other side. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring your hands closer towards your body. Start to roll your body completely up. If your knees are wide open, bring the knees completely together. And just slowly start to roll up. You can keep your eyes closed, inviting that blood flow once again back into this body of yours. And if that feels good and you're ready, I'm going to have you swing your legs forward. Come into a seated pose. Continuing to work into that low back here today. Start to slowly guide your movement down towards the chest. Let the elbows sit close towards your legs. This is more of a gentle forward fold here. You are more than welcome to just stay here. Perhaps what you need is not the extension of the low back, but more of the ease and rounding of your low back and something softer. When your body speaks to you and you're ready to lower down, perhaps you can start to take the arms forward with every breath you take, finding yourself lowering your chest further down towards the mat. Continuously keep your chin towards your chest. Really relax the back of your neck. You can walk your hands over to the left. Maximize the time you have here with those deep, slow breaths. Filling every breath and letting it rise and fall to your lower back space. Then gently walk your hands all the way to the right. Once again, deep breaths, slow breaths. And walk your hands back to the center. And this time, let the palms face up. A gesture to receive. And very slowly, you're just going to glide your hands all the way back towards your knees, rolling your upper body up until the palms of your hands sit on top of your thighs, rolling your head up, opening your eyes, feeling good. We're going to start to wind down this practice. So we're going to start to take that bolster and pillow and make it work for us. So if you have one or two pillows, if you have one or two bolsters, is the time to start to locate where they are. And the way we're going to use this tonight is I'm going to pretend this side is the top of my mat, this is the back of my mat. So I'm going to start to scooch myself to the top of my mat here. I'm going to take my bolster or my pillow and just kind of line it up vertically towards the back of my mat. This way, when I recline down, I'm slightly elevating into a more supported back bend. Simultaneously, we're going to take it into a restorative posture to open up our inner hips. So I'm letting the soles of my feet come together, knees out to the side. I'm going to start to recline my entire upper body down and letting my upper back just really shape around this pillow or bolster, whatever you have. You can choose to bring your arms next towards your body like this. You can even spread them out wide. For some of us, you may prefer the overhead. So if you do, you can take your arms back, taking hands to opposite elbows or opposite forearms. Once you settle in, close your eyes. Come back and listen to your breath. Calm, deep breath in. A calm, deep breath out. Softly bring your knees together, grounding your feet onto the mat. And begin to stretch your arms over your head. You're going to gently drop your knees to one side, rolling yourself off your pillow or your bolster, just so you can set that bolster or pillow out to the side and come back and lay down onto your back. At this point, I want you to spread the arms wide, palms facing down. Start to adjust your hips back to center. You're going to start to bring your left leg over that right leg, crossing your legs completely. Very gently, just move your hips towards the right side of your mat. And you're going to drop both your knees to the left, coming into your supine twist. You can gently tuck your chin over to that right shoulder. Find your breath. Your mind is calm. And your body is deeply relaxed. Okay. You're going to cross that left foot, bring your knees back towards the center. And just gently windshield wipe your knees left and right to release your low back. And when you're ready, we're going to come on to the other side, crossing the right leg over your left leg. And start to move your hips over to the left side. And very gently, you're going to drop both your knees over to the right. And as the low back eases in, you can tuck your chin over to the left shoulder. So in life, too often are we asked to be more and do more and serve more. But when you're on this mat, there's never a right or wrong way to navigate your own mind, your own body, and the essence of your soul. So free yourself tonight. Let go. Be silent. Receive. Let's begin to bring your knees back to center. Bring the knees and the hips back onto your mat. Final release. You draw your knees up towards your chest to round into your back. Wrapping your arms around your knees. Deeply hugging your thighs towards your chest. The back of your head relaxed to the mat. Just rock left and right. And let your arms very slowly release down. Start to go ahead and take the rocks of your hips wider. Swing from hip to hip, massaging your low back. And then very gently start to create circular movements with your knees. At this time, if you need to do a gentle back bend, just to rebalance and realign, our feet rounded to the mat, heels close to your hips, arms next towards your body. And just inhale, slowly roll the arms behind your head, lifting the hips up. And just exhale, float your body back down to your mat. You can do that 2 more times. Good. You're gonna gently just lift the feet off the floor. Find your bolster, find your pillow, and just slide in right underneath your legs. So much so that when you stretch your legs over, your knees are supported by your pillow or your bolster. You can rest the hands onto the belly, out to the side. Whatever feels good. Our final Shavasana. Close your eyes. Find your breath. As your mind and body lay at rest here, may it open itself to receive these words. Bhagavad Gita once said, yoga is a journey of the self through the self to the self. To me, our true nature, our true self, abides within us, untouched by experience, untouched by circumstance. Through our yoga practice, we ground ourselves away from the distortions of our mind to come to find clarity from within. We practice to develop a strong witness to notice and observe what those distortions are. We practice to notice what we identify with, our story, our thoughts of identity. And if we are holding on to disturbances and influences instead of finding a journey to clarity, a deeper version and true self. Okay. Tonight, I'd invite you to listen to your own body right now. Without my guidance, take your time finding movement throughout your body, guiding yourself breath by breath, lifting yourself step by step, and joining me back in our seated pose. Hands to your heart. Take your time. It is with the light and love within my heart that honor the same light and love that unites us. With one word, we honor each other screen to screen tonight. Namaste. We're going to inhale, lift our head, open our eyes. I honor you tonight. Namaste. So really, really great to have everybody on the screen again and flowing with me. I am going to conclude our practice. I'm going to open up our conversations now. So I'm going to unmute everybody and let's go ahead and chat.